Listen, I had to put on Kanye because Dr. Simone has ruined my whole day. Hey, okay, let me turn this off. I don't want to get, you know what I'm saying. I'm already in the struggle wig, so I can't afford whatever Kanye gonna do. Listen, welcome to Chanel's reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. Okay, listen, I have to gather myself because I be trying my best to like stay off of the internet before I do a recap because sometimes I get to it the next day or whatever, and I don't really want to like, what's the right word? I don't want to like poison myself with whatever people are saying on Twitter. But I did see that someone wrote like, I feel like I got like some people were sending me stuff and it was like canceled Dr. Simone or Dr. Simone is canceled. Listen, I just finished watching the episode. All I'm gonna say is this: I was so angry with Dr. Jackie, and listen, I'm gonna get into it tonight because the gloves are off because y'all feel my pain. I had to go get Kanye. You know it's a problem if I gotta go get Kanye to help me get like centered back together because I was listening. Oh, Jesus, I cannot. It's so. Listen, I definitely was coming for Dr. Jackie. And it's not because I'm a mean person, because I'm really not. I really do try to intentionally live my life in the light. We're not always going to have a great day. There's always going to be things going on in the world. I happen to be, therapist and social worker. And so I work with people. I've spent, honestly, my whole entire adult working life in service to others. Honestly. I mean, that's what you do when you're a social worker for the most part. I mean, if you continue being one, that's what you're going to do. I'm just naturally a generous, kind individual. And it bothers like this episode. Listen, I was just kind of like, I didn't expect that. Even though I saw the cancel of Dr. Jackie, I know sometimes, fans of the show or people who are like fanatics is what I would say. They can sometimes go a little extra and like be in their feelings and really like take it very, very, very personally. But to me, Dr. Simone, I take exception with this scenario. Listen, I definitely would have never come for you. I honestly have always felt this way. I always felt like you're probably more of a likable women doctor, so to speak, than Dr. Jackie for a multitude of reasons. There's a multitude of reasons why she's problematic. And we're going to get into it. So it is what it is. Buckle up your seatbelt tonight. It's what it is. And honestly, I'm going to try to do this in like 40 minutes because I really need some sleep. I haven't been asleep in over 24 hours. I've been busy, okay? I've been busy over here being great. That's what I've been doing. But this episode bothered my soul. And so I was originally going to watch it and then go to sleep and, take my notes and whatever. But I had to come on here immediately because I just cannot for so many reasons. So I'm going to start at the end and then we'll go back to the beginning. So at the end, towards the end of the episode, they've basically been saying Quad has tried to plead her case, right? That, the ladies want to say, Quad's not a real friend. Now, listen, I'm one of those girls that it took me a while because, I'm fabulous. And I'm like, if you don't like me, something's wrong with you. Whatever you got to say, I don't care because it's what it is. It's just how I feel about myself, right? Cat Williams says your esteem of yourself. Okay, so that's how I feel about myself because I know I'm a decent person. I don't always get it right. I know that. I know that about myself. I could have a little bit of a biting tongue. I get it. And could be a little prickly and, I'm a Leo, so I have a big ego. No, I just think I'm right about everything. Well, that probably is a part of an ego. But I'm usually right, though. Stop me when you know what? At me in the comment section if I'm wrong. At me. Say, yep, Chanel, you were wrong about this, and this. But tonight is what I'm gonna call the reckoning. Okay? Because this has got to stop. We have to put a stop to the malarkey that's happening. Like me and this struggle wig that I have going on. Okay? It's a struggle wig, okay? Just bear with me. So anyways, Quad, because Andy is basically at this point asking Quad, they're at this point in the recap. Oh, by the way, I'm recapping Married to Medicine, season 10, reunion part 1 is what we're recapping here tonight on Chanel's Reality. Let me just say thank you to all of my subscribers. I really, really love you guys. Please like, share, hit the notification button. All of these things help my channel to grow. I'm a baby YouTuber, okay? So I'm just like out here, like a baby dolphin amongst all these sharks, okay? I'm just trying to make my way, okay? But she's a smart one, just saying. So I'm trying to make my way, but I need y'all's help, okay? And the reason I call it Chanel's Reality is because I love Chanel, just saying. And then I love watching reality TV. Some of it, not all of it. And this episode it bothered my soul. It bothered my soul. Anyways, so if you are already subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Comment. Tell me about, what you disagree with or what you like about whatever it is that I said or whatever. At me. Challenge me. I don't have a problem. Because she real intelligent. I'm just saying. Okay. So I'm going to start at the end because, like I said, this bothered me the most. So, like I said, they're going through about why they've kicked Quad off the island and, why she's just this terrible friend. And listen, I can't with the malarkey. But I'm going to start with the worst part because this is so asinine. I just don't know that I could watch any scenes moving forward with Dr.Simone. I just have never seen in real time that's not on a movie someone be that vicious to someone else. So if you haven't watched the episode and you want to, just go ahead and watch me tomorrow. Okay, because it's going to be a little bit of a spoiler. Like I said, it's at the end of the episode. So at the end of the episode, like I said, Quad's kind of pleading her case, and the women, Dr.Simone in particular, Dr. Jackie said some things too about like, this also bothered me. So let me start here. So the ladies like Dr. Jackie are saying to Quad, we just don't think, you don't show up for us. We hang out outside of the show. You're just an employee. You're here to get a check. They're trying to shame Quad into saying, you know what, these are not my real friends and I'm just using them and for a check. Let's be very clear, because I'm going to say this a few times throughout this show. So I want y'all to rewind and rewatch it, whatever it is. At me, all of y'all. Andy, what is it? NBC, Universal, Truly Original, and whomever else. Because I want y'all to stop me when I'm lying. I'm a pretty intelligent person. I'm not a doctor. Pretty intelligent, though. I do have 3 college degrees. Not that matters, but I'm just letting you know. Let me lay out my qualifications since, they all walking around like, because being a doctor is the best thing. And shout out to doctors. I appreciate you guys and your hard work and, studying and all of that. But just because you have MD does not mean you're smart. It means you have the ability to retain information and recall it later. Let's be clear, okay? That doesn't mean that you're not an idiot. It doesn't mean that you don't say dumb all the time. Because you guys, I'm just going to keep it 100. Y'all say dumb all the time. And I'm going to give you a whole bunch of examples of it tonight. So like I said, buckle your seatbelt. It is what it is. So let me get this straight. Y'all, all grown professional women, most of y'all are doctors, right? Y'all are prestigious, top of the food chain type of people, right? Everybody's happy to know, my child is a doctor, right? I get it. I give you all your accolades, right? It's difficult to get to the top. That's why everybody doesn't make it at Candy Birds. Candy said that like 6-7 years ago. She's right. She's at the top. Okay? Here's the thing. Come to the front, all the people with all the college degrees, and y'all supposed to be so smart, right? Help me understand why you have kicked your coworker, Quad, off of your show, or at least off of the vacation that y'all invited her to. That's so asinine. That is so low. Who does that? Like, what type of individual says, let's invite this person so that we can send her home? Like, why? It's asinine. But y'all talking to her about friendship? That's what friends do? You invite your friend so that you can embarrass her and tell her about how she belittle her and tell her how she doesn't do this and doesn't do that. Why you can't do that at home? Why I gotta fly all the way to wherever they went to? I don't even remember where it was. Hilton Head. I don't know where it was. I think it was a girls trip. I think. Yeah, because I think this was prior to the Hilton Head. But explain to me how y'all are all talking about how y'all are friends and y'all are good friends and this is how friends act. But you bring your friend to an island or wherever y'all were and then send her home and tell her, we're going to ask you to leave. Fuck out of here. Who does that? I wish, girl, listen, I wish I could. I really do. I'm not the one. So that's probably why Andy haven't called me and put me on y'all show. Because I would read all of y'all to the ground. Because it is, at this point, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing how incredibly unintelligent you guys sound. And let me break it down to you like you're a 3-year-old, okay? It doesn't make sense to say that someone isn't being a friend to you and then ask your friend to come to an island or on a vacation with you and travel with you to embarrass her and send her home and tell her, we don't want her here. That's a friend? So, okay, part 2 of part 1. Y'all are also saying this lady isn't a friend and we have to kick her off the island and she can't be a part of our friend group anymore because she don't talk to y'all outside of work. I said I'm going to break it down to you like you're a 2-year-old, 3-year-old. I don't talk to you after work. We're coworkers. Right? So I don't have to talk to you outside of work. We don't have to be friends outside of work. I'm typically hanging out with my friends outside of work because I'm an actual good friend. But we put her off the island because why? Because you don't feel like she's a good enough friend. Why did you invite her? And then this is the other hilarious, silly that y'all done said, right? That y'all done cooked up in y'all's clearly not very bright minds, in my opinion. Because y'all stop me when I'm wrong when some of this sounds intelligent. I'm going to invite my friend to the island and then embarrass her and send her home and ask her to leave because we don't like her. That's a friend? Child. Oh, and by the way, we're then going to try to make her seem like a worse person by saying, oh, let's let the audience know she said she's just here for the chick. That's bad? Okay. Maybe it hurt y'all's feelings. Maybe it did. Whatever. Grow up. But let's be clear. Which one of y'all are there for free? I'll wait. Who came on this trip ain't getting a check? Anybody? Raise your hand. Stop me when I'm lying about something. At me. Stop me when I'm lying. I don't have an MD. It don't take very much brain power to see all the double standards here. What friendship are y'all talking about? What friendship? And here's the other thing. Let's just be very clear. It don't take much brain power. And I'm going to keep going in on y'all doctor situation because I respected y'all. But all of that is gone out the window. It's just, it's in the wind. It's gone. It's in the wind. The third idiotic thing that you guys have done that makes no sense. I just couldn't even I couldn't put the letters behind my name anymore if I sat on the show and said this out loud. So the reason we are, and listen, I'm not even Quad. Like, Quad ain't my person. I think she's cute. I think she's sassy. I understand, why she was brought on the show. She got a sexy body, all of that. I ain't mad. She got body for days. I ain't mad at her. But y'all have decided to ice this lady out because y'all say she's not a friend. That's y'all's reasoning, right? Please, everybody that's a part of Chanel's crew, help me understand. Please. All the intelligent people that's on Married to Medicine, I want y'all to gather y'all's gigantic brains together and help me understand how y'all have knocked Quad off the island that y'all brought her to embarrass her, to send her back home because she don't want to have or participate in a friendship outside of work. We work together. That's it, right? Because that's what y'all want to do. Y'all can do that then. Why are you mad at me? Because I don't want to hang out with y'all. If y'all like each other, go hang out. Isn't that what y'all do? Why you want me there if I'm such a bad person? Please help me understand. I don't see how it's logical to constantly want someone to be a part of your circle that you say isn't a friend. If you've decided this person is not the type of friend that you want to be friends with, why do you care if she don't come talk to you after y'all off work? Help me understand. MDs, all the MDs, come to the front. Put all y'all MDs together and figure that out. It don't add up. So you know why it don't add up? It's a lie somewhere. Because y'all lying. Y'all don't give it about quad. Period. You don't. You don't care. It's not intelligent to say, I can't stand this person. She ain't a real friend. But I'm so bothered by her not being my friend. Why would I want to be friends with someone who clearly keeps showing me, according to my friendship standards, she don't want to be my friend? Why am I doing that? MDs, can y'all come to the front and explain that to me? And I don't have an MD. I have common sense, though. Yeah, she does. At me if I'm wrong. It doesn't make any sense. And this is the third thing that I'm just like, are y'all smarter than fifth graders? I don't think so. Not with the logic that y'all are using. The alternative facts. Listen, y'all are inching closer and closer to that man in terms of intelligence, as far as I'm concerned. So either you acting dumb or you really dumb. But I need you to pick a lane. Because y'all say y'all smart. Heavenly constantly talk about how smart she is on Carlos King. Yet she gives him all the tea. And he gives her nothing almost. Catch it. Dr. Heavenly. At me, girl. Come on, Chanel's reality. I promise you ain't get to do me like you do them. I promise you that. Because I do think, unfortunately for them, I do think Dr. Heavenly is the smartest one. She ain't told nothing about her life. And she been on this show collecting a check for 10 years. And y'all don't know nothing. Except he her daddy. That she apparently he said he liked to put his in her mouth and she. That's all we know about Dr. Heavenly. She has a beautiful daughter and some other kids. I think she has 2 kids. I'm not sure. It could be 2 or 3. But I only know the one from the show. And I think that she has a son or something. But of all of the doctors that, by the way, Dr. Jackie, who is, we're going to get to her in a second, the most egregious. Well, no, Dr.Simone has taken her spot at this point. Heavenly is the smartest. But my third reason that y'all are so just, I don't want to call y'all names because that's not fair. But y'all are giving, we're not smarter than fifth graders, but we got MDs. I don't know. I would like to have them retested. Okay? Because I don't understand. All of the stuff that I've said makes no sense. But you guys, these are the reasons y'all would kick this lady off the island. The last one is, we couldn't quad off because, again, she doesn't call us and we're just co-workers. We don't like her because she's not our friend. But yet we want to punish her for not being our friend, even though we already established that she's not a real friend, but we still gonna be mad at her because she's not a real friend. Well, y'all already established that. So why do you want to be so concerned with someone who ain't your friend? Make it make sense. Shout out to Make It Make Sense. I like him. He's really cool. I like him. I like him. He's just likable, cool guy, smart guy, charming, all of those things. He's cool. Anywho. Shout out to Kempire too. I love Kempire and I love the Brooke Ashley. She's my friend in my head. Anyway, my last thing is about them and their unintelligence or lack thereof, common sense. So we're kicking Quad off again because she ain't our friend, even though we didn't already establish she's not our friend. She's not friendly. We don't want to be, she's no one's friend, but we kicking her off. Okay, so Quad's gone because she ain't y'all friend because she don't want to talk to y'all off the clock. And she's a bad person because she came to the same place y'all all came to for a check. Did y'all not all come for a check? You just came because you wanted to come? You see why I keep saying y'all are giving, we're not smarter than a fifth grader. Because all of y'all came there for a check. Ugh. It's like, wake up. Do y'all hear yourself? Wake the fuck up. Like, for real. I'm starting to listen. Do we need to get them retested? Because this stuff is basic. It's not, That's why I say he's giving fifth, not smarter than the fifth grader. So the last thing is, so again, y'all telling Quad she's wrong because she said, because I only came here for a check. I want to know which one of y'all came there and didn't come for a check. At me. Line them up. Dr. Jackie, did you come here for a check? Yes. Okay. You got your check cleared? Okay, got it. Sweet Tea, did you come here for? Okay, your check cleared. Dr. Simone, did you come here for a check? Okay, got it. What about you, Dr. Heavenly? Would you have come here without a check? Absolutely never. Stop it. Knock it all the way off. I cannot. And I'm irritated because it's gaslighting. And I wish Quad would say it, because that's exactly what it is. Everything that you guys are saying I don't like this lady for makes no sense. We don't like her because she ain't a good friend, yet we mad at her because she don't want to be friends with us. Why do you want to be friends with someone who you say isn't a good friend? I'll wait. That's stupid. I don't like to use that word, but it is just not intelligent to say constantly that we don't like her because she's not our friend. She's not a good friend, but yet we are mad at her because she won't be friends with us. We mad at her because she don't want to talk to us outside the show. I'm not bothered about someone who doesn't want to talk to me. Why would I care about people that don't want to talk? That's psycho. Is it just me? Please somebody chime down in the comments. How many people out there walk around this earth mad at somebody else because they don't want to be their friend? I don't want a friend that don't like me as a friend. What are you talking about? It's insane. Y'all too old. Y'all are way too old. That sounds like sixth grade BS. Be clear. But again, let me just make my point so we can move on. So y'all kicking Quad off, but y'all keeping Dr. Heavenly. I would love to know how it is. Dr. Heavenly has never given y'all any real information about her or her marriage. Period. Other than he's daddy and he likes to put his in her mouth and she's fine with it. She'll put it in her ears, what she said on Carlos King. Okay? She has for 9 years, because she started season 2. When Dr. Jackie told her, I know you're not a doctor, but they besties. Girl, I cannot. This is why I don't understand how y'all are saying anything about Quad and friendship. Why would I ever be friends with someone who met me 5 seconds ago and told me I'm not an actual doctor when I am certified by the DDS whoever? Snake vibes. At me if I'm wrong. That's what you would call a friend? See, this is the thing. Y'all all have the whole friend word. Y'all are, anyway. So Dr. Heavenly has been on this show for at least 9 years, at least. Talking about y'all, your husbands, your life, your finances. She ain't stopped. She has not taken her foot off y'all neck yet. But she can stay. Explain to me why this lady can get on her YouTube and on her Twitter and all of that and dog y'all out season after season. And nobody has done an intervention. Not a real one. That one they did with Dr. I forget her name, but I actually liked her. I thought she was really pretty. What is her name? Dr. something. I can't remember her name. Anyway. She had a husband that didn't seem like he treated her right. Just saying. That's the reason, in my understanding of why well, I can't remember her name, but I know that's why her and Heavenly are friends, because she finally realized that Heavenly is just, she's heavenly. That is the most ironic situation. How are you Dr. Heavenly and you cause the most havoc? Help me understand. Come on to my show, y'all, if y'all out there like, come on over here to Chanel's Reality. But help me understand all of these double standards and all this gaslighting. I cannot. I had respect for you guys. I really did. I watched y'all's show, even though we knew Atlanta was way more entertaining, way more fun, and whatever. I watched y'all's show because I was like, you know what? I appreciate these intelligent women coming on TV, not fighting and whatever else, right? So I wanted to support her. I've been there since day one. And since day one, scene one, I was like, Dr. Jackie, she's not to be trusted. Stop me when I'm wrong. So yeah, let me go on and get into Dr. Jackie. So Andy, at some point, he says, hold on, because I don't want to hold y'all this whole time. Let's see. Y'all tell me, what has Quad done? All of the doctors on the show and Toya, Tell me what Quad has done that's worse than Dr. Heavenly, what she's done to all of y'all. Because I think she said Cecil don't have a job. She talked about, you know, Curtis at some point, whatever he was doing. She's definitely talked about Eugene and Toya. And what has she not said that's derogatory about you people? Please explain. But she gets to stay because she talks to y'all off camera. I cannot. Anyways, by the way, I do like Sweet Tea. I do like Sweet Tea. And I wanted to say this too, Sweet Tea. I really wish you would have worn like a wedding dress, a really nice lacy, just a beautiful dress to the what is it called, the reunion or whatever. I feel like that would have set it off. I feel like all of them would have been uncomfortable. Like, yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to throw them off a little bit because Sweet Tea, I do like you, but I am gonna say how I feel because I'm honest. I think these ladies' objective was, I initially thought they were bringing you on and it was a whole plot and a plan, and I still do think that's part of it, but I initially thought they brought you on so that they could try to get at Quad and make her quit so they didn't have to seem like the people that they really are. They didn't have to kick her off. They were hoping, in my opinion, that you'll be problematic enough and she'll be, I guess, some scorned ex-wife enough to be like, I'm out. But Quad said, I'm here to get my coins, honey. And listen, like I said, I'm not even a Quad fan, but I just know malarkey when I see it, and y'all full of it. Just completely from head to toe, y'all are. It's a scheme and applied to ties that are, no, I'm joking, but none of it makes sense. It doesn't make it's not logical. That's all I'm saying. And you can be friends with whoever, and you can not like people, whoever you don't want to like. I'm not telling you not to, but y'all's reasoning for kicking this lady out is just, it's asinine. Okay, so there's a moment where Quad and Toya, basically Toya and Quad have like been like oil and water, and they've been kind of coming for each other. And last season, I believe it was either last season or the season before, where a lady, she's not on there anymore, Anila and her husband, they had built a home in Eugene and Toya's neighborhood at the time. And I know Toya, I don't know. I don't quite get Toya because I feel like I wouldn't like her in real life. It's just, I feel like she'd get on my nerves. But she clearly, from what I see on the show, seems to be the one that always has friends. Nobody else on the show really, in my opinion, I don't ever see these people with actual friends. Toya always has one or two. So I have to believe she must be nice enough. Something's there. I don't know. I just don't. It doesn't come across on TV. Maybe that's just they cut it out. But so Quad and Toya are like oil and water at this point because Quad basically, and like I said, everything I say on this show is in my opinion and or is alleged. Okay, it's just my opinion of these people and their malarkey that they want us to buy into. But anyways, so they don't like each other. It's clear But not Quad, Toya did show at that little meeting where they were really kind of deciding that they was gonna, this is the thing I didn't get in editing. So at the reunion, you guys showed Toya saying, yeah, invite Quad. But y'all had just talked about how y'all gonna ask her to leave. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I'm confusing it. But I feel like that meeting was basically like, we're icing Kyle, Lord Jesus. We're icing out Quad. That's what that meeting was. Because why wasn't Quad there? Y'all talked about her the whole time. That's why it's like, you know how y'all use that word, oh, she's a fan? It's giving. And I don't even like when they do that. Because I'm just like, girl, I'm not a fan of you. I'm a fan of the entire ensemble, okay? I probably don't even like your ass. Be clear. You just think because you're there and you're on the ratings, nobody likes you. And by you, I mean Dr. Jackie, now Dr.Simone. Dr. Heavenly is very unlikable on the show. But I love her on that podcast thing that she does with Carlos King. She's hilarious. And I think it's because she just doesn't give a shit. That's the worst part about it, because I am not that type of person. I really do care about how I make other people feel. You know, I'm not reckless with my words in that way. I do try to, what did Candy say to Phaedra? I don't want to wear you down on this TV, tell you all the way down on this TV show. Anyway, so Quad and Toya are not friends, and they're not in danger of becoming friends, but because of the things that Quad accused Toya of, or at least repeated, supposedly, that Toya was allegedly having some sort of affair with some other person, some man in her neighborhood. Allegedly, is what was going around the town. And Quad was kind of like dipping her toe in that pool and stirring the pot. And so, but Quad swears she did that because of the fact that I guess Toya or somebody on the cast, it was being said, I do recall, it was being said that somebody on the cast was saying that she was sleeping with her contractor. And it's just so messed up to say that because it's so easy for people to believe a lie. People would rather believe a lie than the truth any day of the week. I can promise you there are people in Atlanta or wherever that no matter what Quad does, she's always going to be guilty as far as they're concerned of sleeping with her contractor. Whether or not it's true, who knows? But then, my problem, Quad, and I have a few problems with you too. I don't think they're treating you fairly, but I think what happened to Mariah was treacherous. And all of them were treacherous, including you. And I'm not lying. It's just, that's the way I saw it. That lady started this show. She invited all y'all. It's like what the people did to Caesar. What did Jesus say? Did Jesus say, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's? I don't know if Jesus said that, so forgive me if he didn't. But I feel like he said that at some point. If he didn't, forgive me, like I said. Karma. And I know Kawhi would probably never admit it because she just doesn't seem like the type of person, but it has to bother her that now, the thing about this life, you're going to be in that chair when that table turns, and one day it's you, Dr. Heavenly, because you're the one that's seeming like you the slipperiest one on the show. Anyway, so they have a little spat about that. I think Quad, I don't know who she talked to, but somebody has put a bug in her ear and told her, you come on this show and you take full responsibility and you say you sorry. You want to get a check next season, you come on here, you say you sorry, you can be bad next time. But this next season, you come on here, this reunion, you come on here, you apologize, and you move forward. So it seems like there's a crack in the door for Toya, but I would have to say, for whatever reason, of all the women, I feel like Toya is the most forgiving. Because how is she friends with Anila again? Anila seemed like, I liked Anila, but she definitely seemed like she traded up or something. I didn't like how she left because of the situation. Like, I know she felt however she felt about the people breaking in her house or whatever, and you just never know. But I just don't, I feel like she was going and making up stories or spreading rumors about Toya, and that, shady. So once somebody does that, no, you cannot be playing around in my garden. Okay, what else did I write on here? I was probably mad about something. Or just irritated. Oh, okay. Oh, so this is the thing. I do think that there's some merit. I think what Dr. Heavenly is saying about Toya and Dr. Eugene's relationship, it does feel true. I pray to God, I'm team marriage. Because next month on the 15th, I'll be married for 18 years, right? And it's not always great. There's always going to be a bump somewhere in the road, or two or three, and you don't know what the bump is going to consist of. It could consist of having a miscarriage, or having a child with special needs, or not being able to find a job, or being underemployed, losing your house. It could be a million things. It could be infidelity. It could be money problem. Like, it could be your mama-in-law don't like, whatever. It could definitely be problematic. Your spouse could be a drunk, and maybe he didn't start out that way. Your wife could be having a sex situation with the guy next door. I mean, I'm just saying, there are lots of things in marriages that could make it rocky. And you, in my opinion, shouldn't say just because someone else thinks that you should so you can get some sort of honor. Oh, we've been together for 30 years. It sounds great to say that. And it is good if it's good. But I don't see the point in staying with someone for 30 years, 15 years, 2 years if they're treating you treacherously. And don't even buy into that toxic BS that they say. Oh well, if you don't do it, another woman will. Well, good, go and do it with her. I ain't got time. I am not responsible for him putting his penis in somebody else's mouth. I'm not. That's between him and her. I don't have nothing to do with that. That's you being reckless. That's you being, I don't give a shit about my wife. Or if it's the woman, same thing. I'm not blaming the other girl. Mm-mm. You the one. You are the one that took the vows, right? So I never get why, like, society. It's weird because it's like anytime a woman decides to get a divorce, or when they even get a divorce, it's always like she must not have done something for her man. That's the type of stuff that Dr. Heavenly goes with. And here's the thing. I'm not mad at Dr. Heavenly. I completely disagree with a lot of the things that she says and does, especially about marriage. But I 100% support, if that's what works for her in her marriage, I don't think anyone should try to tell her anything. That's what works for her in her marriage. And she seems to be happy, and so does Dr. Damon. And if Dr. Damon, if you're not happy, blink 3 times. It's just very odd that they are together because he is good. Seemingly the complete opposite. He seems to be a very reserved person who people listen to him when he speaks because he doesn't speak often. Why? Because he can be reserved and he has boundaries. Dr. Heavenly is the complete opposite, in my opinion. But yet they keep giving her a check and y'all all friends with her and she just drag out every chance she get. But whatever. Oh, okay. I've already talked about all of that, so good. What else did I want to say? What? I don't know. Oh, I think I must be talking about Dr. Jackie. Okay. So Dr. Jackie has been making my flesh crawl for a few years. Like I said, I didn't like the first season she came on, and all she has done the whole time she's been there is talked about how people are overweight. I'm glad, Dr. Jackie, that you're still 108 pounds or whatever it is. That's great for you, love. But we're all individuals, and I just wish that you could understand that. And here's the thing. I know you're going to say, well, I'm a doctor, and I went to medical school and whatever else. That is true. You learned some information that someone else wrote about. Good for you. Okay? Good for you that you could read. I could read too. Okay? And in reading, you do know that everything going on with someone's body isn't always something they're doing. You could have an autoimmune disease that causes that causes your hormones not to work properly. That causes your metabolism to run very, very almost non-existent. And guess what happens when your metabolism doesn't work, Dr. Heavenly? Oh no, she's not a doctor, right? She's a dentist. That's what her bestie, Dr. Jackie, told her. Okay? Season 2. Yeah. In her house. Where we do that at? Who come in your house and tell you ain't a doctor? I know you're not a doctor. If I need help with an abscess, I'll call you. That's what her bestie told her. Let's be very clear. But they friends. But Koi, I gotta go. God, y'all a mess. I can't. It's laughable. Anyways. Okay, so Andy at some point asks, he asked Dr. Jackie about, does she agree about, how Dr. Heavenly handled something. So they were talking about at the Med Gala, when Dr. Heavenly does what she does, and Toya does what she does. Toya, I do not understand. Here's the thing that I don't understand about Toya. I fully understand wanting to stunt on bitches. Like, I get it. Because I could be that way. Mm-hmm. You're going to know I have Chanel and Louis and Prada. It's just who I am. I'm a Leo. Okay? Whatever. I arrived here this way. I am made for 5-star hotels and room service. It just is what it is. Yeah, that's me. I flew me and my husband to Dubai, first class. He was trying to tell me, we don't need to do that. He doesn't know what's best for him. I do. I know what's best for him. And what's best for him is what's best for us. And what's best for us is for us to be in first class. Okay? We need to lay all the way down from Houston to Dubai. Okay? So, Yes, like I said, I made for 5-star hotels and room service. But anyways, the thing with Toya is this. Toya was trying to do the whole, well, I have a liquor brand or I have a wine brand and our wine is, we're giving you this much alcohol. Well, Toya, come to the front, sweetheart. I be wanting you to win, Toya, but you always give them a reason to just be so dismissive of you. And it's so sad because I know that Toya believes these women are her friends. Like, I know that they have this sisterhood. If we've been on this show this many years, and so therefore we're, no, Quad been on the show the same amount of years as you, and they kicked her off the island. Remember, Mariah started the show, and y'all kicked her off the island. So I don't know why you are so comfortable believing that these women care, because they don't give a shit about you. I wish that I could believe otherwise, but we don't see all the behind the scenes, so maybe there's something we're missing. But I'm telling you, from what we see, those women cannot wait to tear you down. Look at what Dr. Heavenly did. She couldn't wait. She couldn't wait to put you on blast. Did she have a right to do it? Maybe. But again, y'all done kicked Quad off. But y'all keeping this your good sis, Dr. Heavenly, right? That went on the stage and said you and your husband didn't donate. That's your friend? Again. That's Dr. Simone, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Toya. This is y'all friend. This is the lady. Just make it make sense. Make it make sense. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. But I'm pretty sure I got all my marbles. And all of my logic says Dr. Heavenly is no one's friend. She's not. And honestly, I want to believe that Dr. Jackie is someone's friend, but I can't because of the way she did. And I don't, just for the record, I don't like Dr. Simone anymore. And I'm never going to watch any scenes with her. I can't, unless she can come the second, whatever, and say that was horrendous. She thought about it, it was terrible. I don't want her on my TV. I'm not going to watch her. I'm just going to fast forward through whatever she's on if I continue to watch, because I can't. It's heinous what you said to Quad. It was unnecessary. It wasn't necessary. What type of individual knows that something is so horrific, but they go ahead and say it to you anyway? Again, y'all put Quad off the island because she said she came here for a check, just like all y'all. Because she doesn't call y'all after the show. Because y'all are her co-workers. And clearly, y'all don't even think she's a co-worker because y'all done sent the co-worker home. Okay? Catch it. She's so horrible. She's so disrespectful of y'all's time. And I'm a timely person, so I agree with you need to be on time. You need to respect my time. So I agree with that part. But we putting this lady off the island because she's such a terrible person. Yet y'all's friend. We're going to move past Dr. Heavenly because we already know who Dr. Heavenly is, okay? But Dr. Simone sits on this show and she says, you know, Toya's not my friend. And when Toya's, and I'm paraphrasing, Toya had an incident in her house. She didn't have to say it. You see Toya. I started crying. It was heartless. Who sits there with someone who hasn't done anything to you? Because you would have to really, you're going to be, I'm going to give you an R for reach. What has Quad done for you to sit there on that couch to tell her you've been more of a friend? And like I said, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what you were saying. I've been more of a friend to you than you have been to me. I came and saw about you. I called you when an incident happened at your house. I see that you're crying, but I don't care about that right now, because what matters is you don't talk to us after we clock out of work. So I'm so hurt by that I'm gonna feel the need to sit here and say that your niece or nephew, because I couldn't. When I was like, I couldn't. I literally started crying. It's so heartless. It's Listen, I'm a very empathetic person. That's a struggle for me. I don't see how, even if this lady wasn't your friend, who does that? Who sits on the couch, sees that this person is literally about to have a breakdown about what has happened already in her home, A, to her family, B, to a child, C. How do you explain my child is at your house and now they're deceased? What on earth would cause you to say that on TV to this lady? That's true heartless shit. Like, for me, that's worse than snake shit. Like, that's unforgivable. And listen, God ain't done with me yet, and I'm real good at forgiving now, because forgiveness to me is really releasing yourself from the burden of anger, right? I don't know that I could release that. Whoever, if I ever had a person like that say some shit like that to me in my, oh no, we ain't ever gonna, you ain't ever got to be in my space ever again. Y'all can take all this show, all of it. Bye. That's so heartless. I can't even. God gonna have to work on me, because I don't even know Dr. Simone, but I would have never in a million years thought that she would say that. Who throws in your face that they came to your whatever aid when your not sibling, but your niece or nephew, because I can't remember which one it was, drowned in your pool? Who uses that as a punchline to get at somebody, to tell them, see, you're not that type of friend? Please explain to me. Listen, if you gonna be, if I gotta deal with that to be your friend, girl, bye. 10 lifetimes, I don't ever need you in my space. Not ever. It is beyond reckless. Think about it. It's sort of like, I'm a drunk driver, right? I'm driving reckless. I'm doing something I shouldn't do, right? I get into a car wreck with my mom and my grandmother, and they're unalived because of my reckless behavior. Someone could probably find fault and say, yeah, throw her in jail, give her a DUI, whatever, right? Would they be right for doing it? Yeah, I'm driving drunk. But really, what kind of hell could jail be in comparison to the fact that I chose to drive drunk, and then now, as a result, my parent and my child or grandson, whatever, they're no longer with us. No jail cell is going to be enough of a prison than my own mind. Please don't get it twisted. The mind is a battlefield. You have no idea, Dr. Simone, what it might take Quad to get up in the morning after knowing that happened in her home. I am beyond, I almost don't have words. I'll just share this. A few years ago, we all went on a family vacation. One of my nieces, Lexi, love her. Love all of my nieces and nephew, baby Chase, love you. And Deanna, who's off in college now. But anywho, and Maddie, you're my favorite Maddie. We're in Hawaii. These little ungrateful, love them, but they're so, you don't take 7, let me see, was they 6 and 7 or 7 and 8? And at the time, it was Deanna, like 14, 15. You don't take them to Hawaii, because they don't understand that people will live their whole life and never get to go. We bring them to Hawaii. They want to snorkel in the swimming pool. I should have left you at home in Houston, okay? You and you, all of y'all. I'm trying to get all the good pictures behind with, like, it's so pretty there. If you get to go to Kauai, it's one of the islands, it's the oldest island, it's the Garden Island. It's very beautiful. Anyway, don't get me started on that. But the reason I brought that up is because my mother-in-law had gone to the room, my husband had gone to the room, and I'm Auntie Coco, and I'm waiting, they're snorkeling in the pool, and there's other kids out there, type of thing. And, we all had life jackets and whatnot. And I'm watching, but Lexi's over here, Maddie's over here, and I'm trying to, like, keep an eye. And all of a sudden, in the deepest part of the pool, which I think was like 7 feet or 8 feet, all I see is a life jacket. My heart went through my throat. I cannot go all the way home to my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, and say, by the way, I was watching your children and one of them drowned. I would be done. Stick a fork in me. I just don't know that I would. I don't know that I could get past something like that. And to me, I don't know that Quad even felt that way because I don't know the circumstances of whatever happened. But I don't believe if I'm wrong about this, please someone tell me in the comments. But my understanding is that there were lifeguards there and they had gone in or something happened where someone wasn't watching the entire time and something happened to the child. But I'm of the belief, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm of the belief that I feel like Quad did what she knew to do, which was have lifeguards at her home because, they're doing whatever. I think they were maybe just having like a barbecue. I don't know. I don't think it was some special thing, but I think that's what I would have done. I would have had lifeguards there. Probably would have had multiple ones if I have, Quad's income. I probably have 3 or 4 of them. Just like if you go to the theme park, I need eyes everywhere. But just for a second, my niece, I saw that life jacket in the deep end, and I was like, "Get out the pool!" Like once I put my eyes on it. Oh, it was over with because my stomach was in my throat. I couldn't see her, and I immediately panicked. Ooh-wee. It even bothers me now. It's just like I can't imagine. So I just don't understand why you needed to do that, Dr. Simone. My understanding for that is a -1,000. And let me just get right on into Dr. Jackie because I really have such a bone to pick with her because she's so smart. She's revered. I have a problem with the scene. I normally have compassion, but I take exception. I take exception with what Dr. Simone did. It was terrible. I don't ever need to see her on my TV ever again. She better next week, whatever she does, she better put out some sort of statement, something that was asinine and she should have never done that. That's what I need to hear. I need to hear how horrible you feel about doing that. Sincerely. And I don't even think she can be sincere in that way. Anyways, there's a moment where they talk about like I said, with Toya, they talk about the wine and how Toya is being tacky. And Toya, again, girl, you can't walk around in your Fendi and your Louboutins and your Louis Vuitton and your red bottom. Like, you can't walk around with your $2,000 Fendi dress and your $15,000, apparently you bought some purse that cost that much. You can't do that and then be cheap with charity, sis. I get it, Toya. I like the stunt. Like I said, 5-star hotels and room service is who I am. I'm always gonna be, yeah. She's always gonna be that girl. She is. I am. So I don't have a problem with Toya being fake and phony and just being materialistic. Listen, I ain't mad at you because I'm not a jealous person. So if Toya came and was like, "Oh look, I got my $15,000," I'm like, "Yes, honey." That's me. I'm excited for my friends when they come up or buy something I can't buy. I'm like, "Girl, how I get to where you are, sis?" That's why I'll never understand a hater because I'm like, I would never hate. What do I need to hate for you? I can go get anything you can get, and then some. So no. But Andy asked Dr. Jackie about, how did he think, did he think Dr. Heavenly handled that right when she got on the stage and basically was like embarrassing Eugene and Toya for not paying $1,000. But I swear, I don't understand how do y'all say y'all lived in a $2 million house or $1 million house or whatever it was, that house that you had the 2-story closet and all that. How are you so caught up in that, but you can't give $1,000? I have $1,000, girl. I have $2,000. I don't understand how you can't pay it. How are you on this show living so lavishly, but you can't give it charity? Because my thing is, I want you to live lavish. That's the reason we like to watch some of these reality shows. We want to see y'all be, have all this disposable income and, use it however and be frivolous. Yeah, we're going to sit back and we'll probably make some jokes about it. But at the end of the day, I'm not a hater. So I'm happy for you if you can afford it. Like, I ain't never going to be no person that's like, I don't knock nobody hustle. So however you getting it, as long as it's not harming anyone else, you good with me. But it's tacky for sure. And I don't really even subscribe to that whole tacky Toya, but that was terrible. Terrible. And what did Dr. Jackie say? You can still donate. It's not too late. But this is the problem that I had, Andy. Come to the front. Why are you asking Dr. Jackie what she think about how Heavenly did this? I know you're doing it because supposedly she's supposed to be somebody that we should revere. But here's why I don't revere Dr. Jackie. I knew Dr. Jackie. I couldn't stand her. I try to give her grace because I'm typically just not a mean person. But she's just never shown me anything that wasn't judgmental. Every everything about her, she's judging you. It's your weight, it's your health. If you don't look like what she looks like, if you're not a doctor, you may not know anything. It's just so elitist, and I cannot. I can't. And this is the thing that bothers me the most. I was really bothered by the end when they said this whole thing about Quad. They thought that Quad was trying to set Dr. Jackie up. Listen, first of all, let's be very clear. Dr. Jackie set herself up, sis. It's the mountains that people will climb. It is the Olympic size flipping that people will do. I cannot help me understand how I need to make you look bad. I need to set you up by using your words to describe your dumb comments. You're ignorant. Listen, at me. Sue me. What did Claudia Jordan say? File a lawsuit if you got that life. Tell me when I'm wrong. Everything Dr. Jackie said on that YouTube that she did with Dr. Heavenly. That's problematic number one. Because this is the thing. Dr. Heavenly even knows. Dr. Heavenly doesn't have to fall from grace because we already know she in the gutter. No shade, Dr. Heavenly, but it is what it is. Dr. Heavenly understands the assignment. She understands she's fine with being the villain. She's securing her bag by being the villain and telling everybody business. The thing I don't understand is why y'all idiots keep giving her your business to tell. I can't. I just cannot. Yes, I have a struggle with it. Oh, sure do. Whatever. Anyways, that's why I need y'all to like my video. We are recapping the not season finale, the part 1 of the Real Housewives. No. Married to Medicine. I'm just so heated about Dr. Jackie right now. But Andy, I don't need you to get Dr. Jackie's opinion about anything anymore. Be clear. She doesn't have sound judgment in my book. Why do I say that? The reason I say that is this. This lady got online with all kinds of confidence because clearly her ego is not it's not her amigo, okay? She got online and she said out of her mouth, and I am paraphrasing, that black women, pregnant black women, exaggerate their pain so that they can get out of going to work and this, that, and the third. Dr. Jackie, I'm sorry, please come to the front. Brown women, people like me, are the most educated people in this country. We are. I have 3 college degrees. I may have said that a time or two. And I'm proud of it because it's hard work. And I did it. And I don't have to try to malign others. I don't have to take a whole race of people, a whole population of people, and malign them and say that they have these types of behaviors when you already know we are already the most mistreated people in this country. We are. I was sick all of 2022 and most of 2023. I was. So my confidence in doctors is not very high anyway. So this idea that you somehow think you can get on television or get on the internet and say with confidence that black women are exaggerating their pain. Please help me understand. I could have sworn you went to school to become a gynecologist. And you can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not an MD. But gynecologists tend to know everything about the vagina and the uterus and all of the women parts that create babies, right? So if you are this expert and you've been doing this for 35 years, 40 years? I don't know. How long you been doing it? You're so revered. Explain to me why you would think after delivering 30 years, 1,000 babies, 2,000 babies? I don't know. After watching woman after woman go through labor, days on end, hours on end, whatever it is, you're an expert, right? How then do you say out of your mouth that black women are this. Please explain to me, Dr. Jackie, please come on my Chanel's Reality and let me know what research, empirical data that you have from 20 years of a study that indicates that black women are the ones that are, trying to get out of work because they in pain. Last time I checked, being pregnant is like painful. Is that not a thing that happens? Am I crazy? Okay, because I've never been pregnant, but I'm gonna assume the women that are in labor, the women that are pregnant at some point, they're not lying about being, in pain. All the pregnant women I've ever known were in pain at some point. You're a doctor. You didn't see all of these women in pain? It is asinine. We already have enough against us. Why do we need our doctors to also be against us? And most of that 2022 that I was sick, I saw a lot of doctors. And I don't believe that everything is about race. I do know that lots is about race because we just live in a fucking racist country. It just is what it is. We're just going to call it what it is. Not everybody in this country is racist and not everything is racist. But I remember going to doctor after doctor and I still had my regular doctor, your primary care and your specialist and all of these people, and nobody can really tell you what's wrong. They can find some things that are wrong, but they can't say this is connected to that, even though you're in all this pain. So I realized real quick that doctors are just like you and me. That's it. They passed the test. Let's be clear. And ask your doctor, if they passed it the first time. Let's not assume that just because they have MD, that they didn't take that test 3 times. Are we all okay? Dr. Heavenly, Dr.Simone, did y'all all pass the first time? I know Dr. Heavenly gonna say yes because she said she's the smartest one anyway. Did y'all all pass the first time? I'll wait. Did y'all? Hopefully y'all did. But some of the stuff that comes out of your mouth, I'm not sure. Y'all want to be friends with someone that ain't your friend, and you mad, so then you don't want to be. It's just so stupid. I want to see the research that that Dr. Jackie has done to make these allegations about our black people. And then this is the thing. I can get past someone making an ignorant statement, because that's what it was. And it's so ignorant because you are supposedly an expert in women parts. You have seen how many pregnant women in your life? And be clear, Dr. Jackie, if you didn't appear like a narcissist, because this to me felt very narcissistic, and it's for multiple reasons. A narcissist can't ever find fault in what they did. So like, even when you felt the uproar coming, you still couldn't just get on your live and just say, you know what, guys, I misspoke. I am embarrassed that I said that. I was incorrect, blah, blah, blah. Or you could have done this, because you can't talk about a whole group of people that you don't know. Be clear, you don't even know all the women in Atlanta, sis. So how you know all of us and what we do? Don't generalize people. It doesn't allow people to have any type of individuality, doctor. Okay? Stop it. So it bothered me. Listen, we all say dumb stuff. We all step in it. We all do things that's like, oh, I don't want that to be posted on the internet. All of us have done something that we're not so proud of. Every single one of us. So I'm not doing I hate Dr. Jackie campaign. I hate your approach. You have seemingly, what it comes across is very narcissistic. Because you couldn't just say, I shouldn't have said it that way. That is not what I meant. You couldn't out of the door say it like that. You posted something, if I'm not mistaken. And then you did it like a recording of something. You couldn't just say, I'm wrong. You couldn't say it because you got picked by our vice president of the United States and you wanted to be able to stand in it. People love a comeback story. You could have came back. Now, because even when Andy asked you about it, you still were just kind of like, that was so hard for me. And here's the thing. We already know that. I'm certain that was difficult for you. Who wants to be embarrassed on a global level? You've talked now at this point with the vice president of the United States, the first black one, or I'm not sure. I think she's like biracial or triracial or something. But the first black lady or person of color to hold that seat ever. So I'm like, I get why you want to stay in the whole. I get it. It must have been crushing, which is why I don't recall. Maybe I did get on there. So let me not say I didn't. I might have got on there and said something because I was just so disappointed. Because here's the thing: you're smart enough, according to you and your clients, you're smart enough to have gone on to Dr. Heavenly's whatever it was y'all were doing that day on YouTube, and you could have said, I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice. You could have said with a whole high level of confidence, the patients that I have served over my 35 years, the brown ones that I have served, these are some trends that were happening in the 80s and the 90s, whatever. You could have said that and nobody could argue with you. Why? Because that is firsthand knowledge. These are people that you actually treated or whatever it was that you were doing with them at the time. You can, with high degree of confidence, nobody can tell you that isn't what happened in your practice or in your experience. But when you say black women tend to do this, that, and the third, it bothers my soul because, like I said, I was sick most of 2022 and 2023. Still don't know what was wrong with me, but praise the Lord, however many surgeries I had, something is right because I am better. And listen, I am so grateful. You have no idea. I suffered, me and my husband, because thank God for him. He was my advocate. But I say that because I have friends that are in healthcare and that are nurses and doctors and surgeons, right? And I still had a tough time. I still don't have a diagnosis, even with those people. But the things that happened to me that I was like, yo, this don't seem right. And my friends are like, the ones in healthcare are like, because it's really racist. And I didn't want to believe it because I'm not that girl that just thinks everything is about race. I just don't. But I'm not an idiot. I live in America, in Texas, okay? So I've experienced lots of racism, sexism, and all the other isms, okay? I have. But I'm still not jilted by it. I'm not going to walk around thinking everyone is. But I learned a lot, okay? I'll share this one little story. The last day I had surgery, like on the 27th of like December last year. And my doctor had prescribed some medication, but it was a medication that I hadn't gotten prior to the surgery. So when I sent someone to go get the medicine for me, they just picked up whatever the pain meds was. So I took the pain med. I've been home like 5 hours or whatever, and this pain medicine is not strong enough for someone having surgery, right? Because I had 2 surgeries that day. It wasn't strong enough. And I know, because I've had surgeries in the past, that you usually are going to get like maybe like a Tylenol 3 or something, ibuprofen. You're going to get something, but surgery is very, very painful for several weeks, depending on what kind of surgery you have, okay? And I was like, oh no, I'm crying. I'm like, take me to the hospital. And my husband, he on the phone with the, what do you call those people? Like the on-call doctor, because my doctor was not on call. So anyway, and I'm screaming, crying in the background because imagine someone cut my body open and I don't have the right level of medication to decrease this pain. And listen, my pain, I have a low tolerance for pain. I don't play them type of games. So I'm crying. We on our way to the hospital, go to the closest hospital, which is for the past probably 10 years has been a really great hospital, but then they got bought out by HCA or HAC. I can't remember. I don't like them because of how I was treated at that hospital. And it didn't start out that way. That hospital was really great until they took over. But long story short, I get there. I'm in pain. I have on these, those little bands that say, fall risk because I was under general anesthesia. I'm allergic to caffeine, big red. I have all of my stuff on because I had surgery 6 hours ago. So at a hospital that's in a very like well-to-do, wealthy area of town, Memorial. Right? So I had surgery over there with the people with the money. Didn't go to that one because I'm screaming in pain. So my husband obviously is going to take me to the closest one, which isn't a bad hospital. Like I said, they just got taken over by some people that ran it down. It's not as great of an experience that it used to be. But to make a long story short, after an hour of still sitting there in pain, you know that I had that surgery today because I have on a band that has my name on it and it shows that I was at this hospital today. I've shown the doctor my cuts where I had surgery. So why haven't you provided me with some medicine? It's not like I came here 4 days after surgery. And even then, you could still say someone is arguably probably still in a lot of pain. But I had it 6 hours ago. How you don't believe me? this is my problem with what Dr. Jackie has said, right? Because I experienced that because of dumb, uninformed, ignorant statements like that. That we are exaggerating our pain. Or you have these idiots from another dumbass school of thought, which is, oh, they can handle it because I'm so strong, right? It bothers my soul because after I didn't get a result, because I'm like, can y'all take this IV out of my arm? Because I want to go to the hospital that I had the surgery in, because clearly they'll understand that I need some pain meds. Their doctor cut me open earlier today. Why do I have to prove it when I have bandages and whatever else to show I have been under general anesthesia? They don't just put you under that for nothing. It bothers me still. Because it's like, you don't want to believe this BS. You don't want to. And I promise you, several of my friends that are nurses or people in the healthcare, they were like, it's real. And then that night, I knew it was real. Because after they didn't listen to me, because they told me they were waiting on my blood test to give me pain meds. Like I said earlier, no doctor can tell anybody what their pain level is. Why do you think when they come in, they ask you what your symptoms are? How pain is? How severe is your pain? They ask you because why? There ain't no test to measure it. What are you talking about? They can tell you, like, they can give you, like, is it a stabbing pain? Because you can describe the pain, but you can't say the difference between a pain level 1 and pain level 10, because everybody's tolerance for pain, it differs. Like I said, mine is very low. Give me the meds, okay? But my husband goes up after, because I'm like, this is some BS. You're telling me I can't have pain meds because my blood work hasn't come back? My blood work isn't going to tell you if I have pain or not. These stitches that I have can show you that I have pain. What are you talking about? How are you in healthcare treating someone this way? The lady tells me I can't leave unless I sign some documentation, which basically wants to, because they want to release themselves of any responsibility. When y'all have all the responsibility, I've been here over an hour. You know that I had surgery hours ago. You know what type of surgery it is. I told you what they took out of me. Like, my whole, what do you call that thing? That's bad that you don't need. Oh, what is it called? Appendix was infected and inflamed. You know this, but you don't think I need some pain meds? And you telling me you're not going to take the IV out of my arm so I can go to a doctor that will help me? Why? And I promise you, the only thing I can think of is because my skin color. And people can at me and you can say whatever you want. But explain to me how you have someone who you have proof that this person had surgery, major surgery, 6 hours ago. She's been at your hospital for at least an hour and a half and nobody's giving me even a Tylenol. How do you explain that? And even up to that, I'm like, maybe it ain't that I'm black. Maybe it ain't that I'm brown. But this is what cemented it for me. Come to the front, Dr. Jackie and Dr.Simone, because you clearly don't have no. It's horrible what you said. I'm so disappointed. After I go back to my seat in the waiting room, I tell my husband, the nurse or the doctor, whoever it wasn't a doctor, it was some sort of staff, but it was the guy that he did take my blood. Told me that they can't give me any pain meds because they don't have my blood work back. What is my blood going to tell you? There is no test that tells you and can identify the level of pain someone has. That's why the doctors have to ask you. They can surmise. They can say, okay, well, this person got shot. Okay, listen, that's probably going to be very painful. That person got something fell on their leg. Probably painful. It crushed their foot. Probably. But they still can't tell you the level of pain that you have. They can guess it's severe, which in my mind says to me, if you're working in healthcare in an emergency room, I show up, I have all of these stitches, all and patches of whatever over my body, that clearly I had surgery earlier today. That's not an indicator that I'm probably in pain. So like I said, I was just kind of like, when the lady was like, you need to sign this, I was like, I'm not signing it. Because then I'm letting y'all off the hook and y'all haven't even cared enough to give me a Tylenol. Why? Because you think I'm so strong. And then I remember my husband, he got up and he was just like, come and take this, because he's my advocate and he's my partner. He's the person. I would do the same for him. He knows what I've been through. He knows that for 2 years we've been trying to get a diagnosis. She still is in pain, and y'all just don't get. So then the nurse tells my husband, because he says, come and take this out of my wife's arm right now. And it's sad. Why does he have to do that? Anyway, don't get me started. You don't want to take the IV out of my arm for why? Because again, I clearly can't be in the. I'm exaggerating my pain. So you cut me with the scalpel, number 10 blade or whatever it is, through my skin, through my muscle, through my whatever, and you don't think I should be in pain? The first day? You're a nurse. That nurse told my husband, if you try to take her from here, I'm going to call the constable. I'm going to call the police on you. I immediately, my fur stood up. All of my hair. I got chills through my whole body. Because I knew I immediately had to save him. Not because he's not a strong enough man and he can't deal with this idiot. Don't get me started on that lady. He can definitely handle it. The problem is we have so many of our brown men who haven't done nothing wrong. This man is in here trying to get help for his wife, who he was at her bedside after, she had surgery, and who's been with her all these years, 22 years at this point, 23 years at this point. We've been together. He cares about me. He loves me. And you want to threaten him with the police because he's saying take the IV out of her arm so she can go when she already asked you to take it out? And you telling her no? Why? Why are you keeping me here? You refuse to give me any treatment, any medicine. You refuse. So why would I leave my wife here in your hands? You're crazy. But when that lady said, I'm going to call the constable, I immediately said, give me the paper. That is the reason that it irritates my soul with people like Dr. Jackie. Because you saying that, you with all this credibility, especially since now you have Kamala, the vice president of the United States, saying, you know what, this is our expert. So she clearly must be an expert, right? We must listen to her. All I can think about when I hear you say that ignorant stuff out of your mouth, Dr. Jackie, is what I felt like that I had to, in a second, I had to say, give me the paper. I had to give up all of my rights, and I was being treated poorly, inhumanely. But I had to shift and say, my husband is a very smart man. He has a great job. He's been at his job forever, and they love him there, okay? This intelligent, smart black man that ain't never even been arrested in his whole life, okay? You're going to call the police on him? All I could think about is what this could go wrong. Because my husband's not going to back down. He ain't going to fight you or nothing like that, but he certainly isn't going to back down. Why would he? His wife just had surgery today. She has been in pain for 2 years. Finally, they've done something, and she's in pain now, but it's because of the surgery she had. And you MFers won't do anything. And I am wrong. I got to get the police called on me. This is the nonsense. And so now, when people like Dr. Jackie can sit on this platform and go on the internet and say dumb shit like black women are exaggerating their pain, that gives credence to this idiot who thinks that I'm not in pain, even though she has everything to prove that I am. I have to then, it breaks my heart. I have to do what you want me to do, even though you're wronging me. I am a patient. I am a person that is in pain. My husband is just trying to get me some help. He works. We have insurance. We pay our taxes. What do we do? That's the problem that I have with Dr. Jackie. And yes, I'll forgive Dr. Jackie probably maybe I don't know. Hopefully, I'm hoping in 2024. But it really bothered me because it hit home for what I didn't want to believe. I didn't want to believe that there are people in healthcare that are still that ignorant to think that because my color of my skin, I have to be exaggerating something. I find it hard to believe, and I love my vanilla people out there in the world. I love everybody, really, I do. But I just have a hard time with believing that some of the people that I know that are not my skin color would have gotten that same treatment. And Dr. Jackie just kicked the door wide open for the idiots to feel like they're right now. You validated them, Dr. Jackie. And this is the thing. I can forgive you sincerely. I can. And I know we all do stuff that, like I said, we have a misstep. I'm not perfect. I'm sure I've said something to offend someone at some point. Right? We all have stepped in it. I do have the problem with you making it like it's everybody. You should just said, these are your patients and these are the people who are, but you wasn't going to do that, because then now you ain't going to have no patients. Because then you're specifically saying the people but that would have been more credible than saying all of us, black women, you can't do that. And I know that you're smart enough to know that you can't do that. At least I hope you are. I think you are. I wish you could get out of your way, because it bothered me. It irritated me on this reunion when you're like, oh, it hurt me so bad. I don't know if maybe you said some things before that. I'll give you that. Maybe you said some things and they only showed you saying, I was so devastated. Maybe that's the part that they cut out, you saying, I really apologize, because I just didn't hear that. All I heard was, how you were so devastated, and everybody saying how hard it was for you. What do you think about people like me? How hard was it for me to sit in an emergency room and people know that they have undeniable, irrefutable proof that I'm in pain? I don't know a person that can get cut multiple times with the scalpel or whatever it is y'all use and not be in pain. But I'm not a doctor. So it bothers me, because it's just like all it does, it's like that trauma. It's like reliving these incidents where people don't believe me, or they don't think, or whatever it is. And this is the thing. I don't want to believe that this nurse is so stupid and ignorant that she would think that it's okay to say to my husband that wants to just make sure I'm okay and can get some relief from pain, that you're going to call the cops on this thing. What has he done? And then this is the thing that really irritated me. So then when she's in the back and she's going to suddenly take off my stuff because I'm going to sign the paperwork. Oh, it's just, she wants to try to be nice to me. Bitch, don't be nice to me, because I see you for exactly who you are. You're a savage human being. That's who you are. You're savage. I gave her dust because she's like, oh, we had some people back here, and the doctors were very, very busy and they had worse. Are you serious? You're going to say to me that whoever y'all have over here have worse than me? How do you know that? All you know is I had surgery today. For all you know, I could have had something dealing with lung, or I could have had anything. You don't know that. But you've decided that whoever else back there, theirs is more severe. It's just so idiotic. And I'm going to get off of here now, because it's an hour and 22 minutes. And it's just... I feel like I was mean, and I'm not that person. I don't want to be mean, but I have to give you what it is. And it is, I am not the only person that's been treated this way. And I won't be the last, but we have to change. We have to be careful with what we're saying. Especially when you're in a position of power. You're in a position of authority. People feel like you're an expert. But then when you go out there and you say to your own people, and this is a bigger problem that I had. I'm like, if you've been a doctor for all of these years and your profession, your expertise is understanding the anatomy of a woman and how we bring children into the world, and you know that it's associated with pain. It just is what it is. Why you would say something like that, like someone needs to make it up. It's crazy. Sure, there are tons of people out there in the world that always say, oh, my kid's sick because they don't go to work. Of course there are. But you can say that there are millions of people out there who do it. You can't say that black women do it. You just can't. Not unless you're going to put some statistics about everybody else. So let's talk about the Japanese people and the Asian people and whomever else. Then we have something to work with. But when you say it as an isolated thing, then you make it seem as though we're this problematic group of people. And we're not. We're not a monolith. We do not all act the same. And no two patients are the same. And I'm not even a doctor. And I know we all have the same organs. They all for the most part, do the same purpose. They have the same purpose as your brain does what your brain does, your heart does what your heart does, your liver does. All of them do the same things. But genetically and with our hereditary and our environment and our food and exercise and this, that, and the third, stress and whatever else, sometimes some of us are not going to have the same results. You can have two people have the same cancer, same doctor, same treatment plan, same age, same whatever. One person takes the treatment, gets better. Another one takes the treatment and gets worse and passes. Who's wrong? They have the same treatment. So that's what I'm saying. You can't lump everybody in one. I really do hope that you take a time to yourself and really listen to your people. Listen to some of the people that you've hurt. Because you did hurt me. Because all I could think of is like, she gave credence to this idiot lady who was not brown, who treated me that way and treated my husband that way. Threatened my husband because he's trying to give me medication. It's sad. Anyway, guys, thank y'all for tuning in to Chanel's Reality. I gotta go to bed. I have this cup for Dr. Jackie and everybody. Black excellence, okay? Catch it. I want to revere you guys again. I want to put you in high esteem. But y'all's behavior, it's terrible. I'm going to need y'all to get that together. But I do want everybody to chime down in the chat. Let me know what you guys think. You can agree or disagree. I would love to hear what you guys think about my assessment and my recap. Let me know. My name's Chanel. This is Chanel's Reality. Tell me what you guys think about Dr. Jackie. What do you guys think about my assessment of them, having all this smoke, really, for squad? Not, wanting to participate in extracurricular activities with her coworkers. And I know I'm putting it very straight like that. I get it that, you guys feel like y'all are in a sorority or whatever and y'all are friends and it's lopsided. I understand. I've had friends like that. That's why we're not friends. So I get it. I don't think that it's without merit. My problem is you have a whole heavenly who's over there and who's been wearing people out since day one. And y'all ain't kicked that lady off the island. She's done way worse, in my opinion. Because she does it to y'all and y'all claim this lady y'all friend. So what y'all think about Dr. Heavenly doing it and getting away with it and they don't hold her accountable? I know people will be like, oh yeah, they did. They tried it. And they still didn't kick her off the island, though, did they? No. Because Bravo ain't having it. They need Dr. Heavenly. She keeps this going. Okay? What do you guys think about how they treated Sweet Tea in part one? I don't think Sweet Tea talked much. And Sweet Tea, come to the front. I really do like you and I'm rooting for you. You have to fight these people on an intellectual level. You're not going to win the fight cussing them out. Because the only thing it's going to look like is that you don't have enough intellect. And I'm in no way saying that you don't. Because I do believe that you do. I do. I'm saying it's going to appear that you're not a formidable opponent because you only can go to cussing people out. What you should do is how you really could have checked Dr. Jackie that day when she was just like, I'm in the hot seat every time I go and I do this and I show up at work and that's besides the point. We're not talking about that. Okay? We're talking about how you came to my house and you said this about me and my new home with my new fiance. Disrespectful. And then when you went to my baby shower, not my baby shower, but my wedding shower, talking about the lady, the ex might come out the closet and all this. It's reckless and it's ratchet and she still acts like she's Dr. Jackie. She's in high regard. That's how you get her. You fire back intellectually. Dr. Jackie, we're not talking about, I'm happy for you that you're a doctor. See, I would have read her all the way. I'm happy for you that you're a doctor, but do you know how you've treated the brown people, the brown women? That's an intellectual argument. Yeah, you're a doctor, but what studies did you write? What empirical data do you have to support what you're talking about? I'm not asking you about what you did professionally. I'm talking about what you did to me that was unnecessary, and I didn't do anything to deserve it. We want to talk about that. That's the hot seat we're talking about. We're not talking about your job. I don't care about you and your credentials. That's not what this is about, sweetheart. Love. Hit them with that. You have to come on and you have to serve them with the same heat. You're not like you're not fighting like a Nene Leakes, who would probably, she probably would win because she's the GOAT. She's a good shader. But that's who you would probably win. You would be closer in a like a fight. You're not gonna win that fight with Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Because they already don't respect you. They don't respect Toya, and for whatever reason, 10 years she still think they respect her. How I know they don't respect you, Toya, is because they couldn't wait to get on the stage and talk about how you didn't give them money or whatever. They didn't have to do that. They're your friends, right? These are the people that y'all saying this is your friend, but Kawhi gotta go. But Dr. Heavenly can get on there and tell you and tell the whole room and the world you and your husband are not charitable human beings. That's not problematic. I don't even see how you. Anyway. So, sweetie, love you. I hope that you stick it out. I do want you to, whatever is going on in your marriage, I'm sure there are things, because like I said, I've been married for a whole long time. I'm an old lady. Don't let it slide. Stand up for yourself. If there are problems, you don't need to tell the world or whatever. I encourage you to get off of TV if you want your marriage to last, because people are going to pick you apart till there's nothing left. That's just how our society works. We have a disease of finding fault. We just do. And I'm not trying to find fault in all of the people here on this show. I'm just pointing out the discrepancies and the heartless things that people have done. Like what Dr.Simone did, girl. Now I'm like, I gotta go get on Twitter. Gotta make me a breakfast taco. I'm hungry. But anyway, thanks you guys. Please hit the like button. I'm trying to grow my little baby YouTube channel over here, and I really appreciate you guys viewing my videos. But please like them as well, because then it'll help me, grow my YouTube channel. I just want to, it's a fun thing for me, so I enjoy it, and I love talking back and forth. And I one day want to have like panels where we can kind of really discuss it and really get into it, so I can hear you guys' thought processes. But thank you so much for watching, and like I said, share the videos, hit the notification button, and please hit the like button. And the longer you watch the video, it helps me with building my channel. So love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye. Have a great time.